Rob? Didn't you say, I don't know, a month and a half ago that the Lakers weren't going to make the play-in?
Yes.
Guess what? You're wrong. They're going to make the play-in, not just from the night. I mean, they've been playing basketball. They've been playing basketball so much, well, it would make Curtis Blow want to sing.
Wow.
They're playing basketball.
All right, please. Can we leave? Curtis Blow made that famous, not you. Because you blew.
This is my nightmare.
You blew trying to sing Curtis Blow. How's that?
I cannot sing at all. I tell you that.
Even with the water running, it wouldn't sound good.
No, not at all. But they are playing well, right? They're up tonight. I mean, big on New Orleans.
Right.
New Orleans, trying to win, but they're up 69-39.
They got down
14-0
early, Chris. It was 14-0 to start the game. They pulled within about 8 or 10, and then the Lakers ran away with it, 71-39.
And this is without LeBron. I mean, people got to remember that. This is without LeBron. Now, Rob, LeBron, we know, has been out now for several games.
What was he taking free throws that I see at the line? Was he taking free throws the other day?
They say his foot is feeling good. But here's their record in this last stretch without him. They've gone 1, 2, 3, 4. 4-3. It doesn't sound it's not as good as I thought it might be. But 4-3 in this last stretch without him. But this would make it 5-3 if they go ahead and close this out. Anthony Davis, who had 2 subpar games, 17-16 in the last game, the loss to the Knicks, but 1 for 5 from free throw line, 1 for 4, I believe, in the fourth quarter. Didn't shoot 50%. He didn't have as great a game as the numbers suggested. And then Rob only had 8 points in a win over Toronto,
which is crazy. I'm sorry. Yeah. I mean, Chris, really?
Yeah, it in this type. I mean, they won, so we got to say that.
No, I'm.
But
just
in
saying,
this type of race, Rob, when they're gearing up, they got to play great basketball. But tonight, I'll give him credit: 20 points, 7 rebounds. So he is bouncing back in a big way. Malik Beasley, Rob, who's been a find for them, 21 points, 7 of 10 from Trae. So here's my point. Do you doubt now? I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. Play-in, playoffs, whatever. They'll make at least a play-in, I would say. I probably will be the play-in. Will you admit you ready to admit that now?
No.
They're in 9th.
They're in a good spot, but no, I'm not.
You still think they're not going to make the play?
No, I don't. I'm just saying, no, I'm not ready to concede, not yet, but I'm saying what they've done to this point has put them in a way better situation than I thought, when especially once LeBron got hurt, I did not believe. But they've won games. They've won some games that I didn't think they win, and now they're in a good spot. So they're in that spot.
Look, people have ripped on Rob Pelinka, and the trades he made at the deadline, D'Angelo, look, it's early. I mean, they only played together for a few weeks. But D'Angelo Russell has been great. He was injured a little bit, but he's been great when he's played.
Last 2 games, I don't know what he has tonight, but I know he's been putting buckets. Yeah. He's been getting buckets all over. He
was averaged about 30 over the last 2 games. Jared Vanderbilt and I was saying it, Rob, great defender. They've really improved, been about the best in the league on the defensive end during this stretch. Malik Beasley, as I mentioned, has been great. Mo Bamba got hurt, so that hurts their depth a little bit. But then the other guys have played well too. Schroeder, Austin Reeves. So here's my question to you, Rob. What do you think they're going to look like when LeBron gets back, I guess in maybe a couple weeks? Week and a half or whatever it might be.
I don't what do you mean? Do I think they'll be better? Or?
Yeah, I mean, does it? Because people would just look at it and say, okay, they're playing great. They're playing some of the best defense in the league without him. When you get him back, they're going to be great.
Well, you would assume that they will be great. And they did just set a franchise record, Chris, threes made in a half. They made 15 threes. I mean, that's why they're up by 35 at the half. So
that's what today's NBA a lot of times, I hate to say it, Rob,
Yeah.
It's a 3-point shooting
Yeah,
contest.
and if you're making them and
Right.
they're not making them, you get they got blowed out. I mean, that's what happens on those situations. But no, I mean, you would look at it and think, okay, they can only be better with LeBron, but does everybody still play the same or feel the same way once LeBron gets back there? There's still an adjustment to see, what you were doing when he wasn't there. And then when he gets there, trying to make it all fit together and make it work. Does that make sense? I think
it makes total sense.
Yeah,
and,
you know
and
what I
I
mean?
think,
It ain't
Rob,
just automatic like, they'll be 10 times better because LeBron will be there.
Well, and that's the interesting thing. It will be very interesting to watch because historically, when he was at his best, LeBron was ball dominant and LeBron was a system. And so if it were old, like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, everything would have changed when LeBron got in there. Now, you'd be better because he's so great.
Right.
But it'd be a hard adjustment for these guys. I think, and it's going to be interesting to watch because he plays differently now because, he's not as ball dominant, doesn't bring the ball up court as much. He's not really the system anymore. And I think that's good for what the Lakers need to do. I think hopefully he is, if you're a Lakers fan, he's just sitting there watching and studying this team. We know how high his basketball IQ is. He should be studying, okay, how can I fit in without kind of disrupting this flow? How can I fit in seamlessly? And I think he's been lately, I'm talking about like the last couple of years, just more of a scorer.
Right.
He's going to get assists because he's a great passer and he's smart. But he's been more of a scorer. And if he can figure that out, Rob, how I can just fit in and not take away from D'Angelo Russell, not take away from AD, not take away from these other guys. And I'm not saying he's still the best player, at least better than Russell.
But you got to be able to work and integrate them so that they can still do what they do because they got a nice thing going.
Right. That's it. That's the thing. And I'm telling you, Rob, this is interesting because this Western Conference, Rob, I've never seen the West, and I don't want to think yet about the whole league, but I've never seen the West this wide open, Rob. With Durant's injury, and when he gets back, he'll probably have 7, 8, 9 games with them before they enter the playoffs, if that many.
And then,
that's a tall order to ask that team to win a championship with just a handful of games together. You know what I mean?
Right. In the back of his mind, does he think about injury, Chris? Is that like starting to become like a?
It's a good question.
I just wonder. You keep getting hurt, and do you start to think about it? When do you stop thinking like I'm sure they're looking at it going, is he going to be all right?
I'm sure they're thinking that
right?
way.
Like, is he?
Because they gave up a lot.
Right. Is he going to make it? Is he going to be able to push all the way through, or we'll get going, he'll get back, and then all of a sudden we got another issue? That's just what it feels like to me now.
My guess is that because he's been through it so many times, and that's somewhat your point, but he came back and played in the finals on that bad leg.
Which we knew. Right.
Come on. You didn't need a medical degree to know.
And they were like, the doctors cleared him. Remember that? Yeah, we were like, that was ridiculous.
That was crazy. But he went out there and played and seemingly wasn't thinking about it. Then he got hurt. He sat out a whole year in Brooklyn, came back, was great. Like, he's seen one thing I'll give Kevin Durant, man. Nothing changes his game. Like, that dude, no matter what is going on, no matter what's happened on social media, no matter what he said, what others have said, what the injuries have been, he just does what he does. So I think he'll be all right, Rob. But the thing that even if he's not thinking about it, obviously it could happen. Did you see how you saw he got hurt? Have you ever seen, I've probably never seen an athlete, period, get hurt the way he was going in for a layup.
Nobody around him, nothing.
No. I've never seen that at any level.
No, I'm with you. That was very, very weird and a freak accident, and you just thought to yourself, boy, man, what is this? What else has he been through? Like, this is just doesn't make any sense, and it just seems to keep happening to him.
Yeah, so it's odd. But look, Dallas, Rob, I think they're 5-8 since Kyrie got in games Kyrie's played. Like, it's just
well, but they can't stop anybody. Like you could sit there and go, look at the firepower in the backcourt. Oh my God, you won't be able to stop those guys. You're right, but guess what? You can't stop anybody. I mean, Chris, terrible.
Well, because Kyrie's not the greatest defender, and Luka's worse.
Luka's worst. So,
I mean,
right.
Yeah. What are they? I don't want to say nothing about Kyrie that isn't accurate, but I think let's see. Since in games he's played with the Mavericks, 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah.
What are they?
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 and 6 in games he's played, I believe, with the Mavericks. But 5.
Is it that
I think
good?
5
I saw
and 8.
somewhere 5 and 8. What was that? 5.
Well, I think it's 5 and 8 since he joined the team, but in games let's see. Let me start this over. All right, since he's been with Dallas, played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses. So 5 and 6, and then they've lost the 3 games
without him.
Well, they're 1 and 3 without him since he's been there. So 5 and 6 when he's on the floor. So they obviously got issues. Golden State can't win on the road. I'm really looking to see what they do in this 5-game road trip coming up.
Yeah, Chris, this is going to be a good test.
Yeah,
it really is, just to see where they are.
Absolutely.
And if they go 1 and 4 or whatever, or just struggle, then you're going to wonder because they're going to have to win a couple games on the road. I mean, they're going
to be on the road probably every series.
Right. There's just no way that they're.
Right. And Andrew Wiggins, if he may not be back, he's having some personal issues, family issues, whatever. So if he's not back, Sacramento, Rob, I think you agree with me. They're playing great, but never in the history of the NBA has a team not made the playoffs for like almost 2 decades and won the championship. I mean, it hadn't happened, period. But it certainly, I mean, if it were to ever happen, it would be, you got some huge free agent that's a bona fide superstar.
Right.
They didn't do anything like that. So as good as they are, Rob, it just don't happen this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they are good. They got a good team,
they're very good.
They are.
Memphis, obviously, their best players in Florida, getting themselves together.
Council.
So, Rob, it sounds crazy, but the Lakers are in the hunt. I mean, it's just open. It's open. And they got a long way to go because if you have to play through the play-in, that is not necessarily the route you want to go. Anything can happen.
Yeah, I just think that the Lakers, the chances of AD and LeBron even making any kind of run is questionable to me.
Well, they have the same health issues you would say about Phoenix,
right.
Golden State. So, yeah, and the Clippers. But now the Clippers are a team too, Rob, that is dangerous.
If they
got their issues.
Again,
everybody got their issues.
Right. If they're healthy, they have a shot. They have a shot to come out of the West. I really believe that.
Be sure to join Fox Sports Radio's $1 Million Bracket Challenge. That's right. I said it. $1 million. If you fill out the perfect bracket at foxsportsradio.com, that's what you'll get. $1 million. And you can compete against Fox Sports Radio hosts such as the esteemed Rob Parker and other fellow listeners. The listener who finishes in first place, whether you get it perfect or not, first place wins you a prize pack featuring a Legacy Box 40 item trunk. That's valued at nearly $1,200. That'll turn your old family movies and pictures into digital keepsakes. Is great. A Traeger meter block that's valued at $350. Rob, the way that works, the ultimate way to monitor meat on your grill. Sounds fantastic. And a chalk bundle that's valued at nearly $500 that features 9 popular supplements found at choq.com, chalk.com, and it'll help you reclaim your vitality. All in all, It's a prize pack valued at more than $2,000. So go fill out your brackets now at foxsportsradio.com. You got until noon Eastern on Thursday. Noon Eastern on Thursday. And that's foxsportsradio.com to fill out your bracket, get the official rules, and take a stab at getting $1 million.